Hey everybody, Peter Parks here with DNA Wealth Blueprint 3.0, and welcome to this module. What we're going to be discussing today is the Facebook CPA. This is one of their newer bidding features that a lot of people are not talking about, or they have trouble finding because it's kind of hidden in the targeting section. And I'm going to go through it and I'm going to show you a live example, which I already did in the previous module for the solar panel niche that I use this particular bidding strategy with. Now this is a pretty advanced module, so I'm going to go through it with you. So please do definitely watch this at least 2 or 3 times so that you get it. I'm going to show you exactly where to look for this feature, and then you can use it yourself. By far, this is one of the best modules, best bidding strategies around. Okay, so very few are talking about this. A lot of affiliates and a lot of people just don't know where this feature is or what it's about, but I can guarantee you now that you've got this course, you can go through it and you can see the powerful benefits for it. Now, just because I'm a little bit more advanced at this kind of stuff, that's why I'm going to share with you exactly how to literally take advantage of this feature, take advantage of Facebook's algorithm so that you can move forward and really just knock it out of the park should you so desire. Again, I've given you a glimpse of it in real time when I went over the solar panel niche case study, and I'm probably sure a few of you didn't even realize that that was the bidding feature that I was using. So let's get into the case study here because it's very powerful. So in a nutshell, this is one of Facebook's newer bidding types, is now CPA bid, or it's called cost per action bidding. So here's the difference with it and why it's advantageous for you to be using it. So when you're using CPA bidding, what it literally does is it forces Facebook's algorithm, their platform that you're marketing on, to really start to optimize all the traffic on the front end based on your metrics and your targeting, so that what happens is you're literally telling Facebook, this is my CPA bid that you've got to hit. So this is in favor for you now because you don't have to worry about fighting to optimize your traffic. You let Facebook's algorithm do that based on the targeting and the overall targeting campaign setup that you have. Now you're probably wondering, well, what's the difference between cost per click and CPM? And I'm going to get into that with you there, okay? Just understand that this is a very powerful feature for you. So as an example, and I just show you a real world example in the solar panel case study, which some of you didn't even realize. Again, like I say, so as an example, if you were to tell Facebook, look, I want to pay $10 CPA, which in some cases, depending on if you're promoting like a high ticket $5,000 coaching package, $10 CPA is pretty cheap. Of course, yes, you want to get your CPA down as low as you possibly can, but for a $5,000 coaching package and you're paying only $10 to get cost per action, that's pretty good ROI. So what you're doing is you're literally telling Facebook, send me optimized traffic based on my cost per action, and send me all the traffic that you can on the front end. I don't need to worry about it because now that's on you. I'm telling you exactly what I'm paying for, and that's what I'm going to be paying for every single conversion. So what you need to do to get this bidding set up is you need to set up your campaign and adjust your bidding. I'm going to show you how to set this up and an example later on in the module. Then the next thing you need to do is you need to place Facebook's new conversion pixel on your conversion page. You don't place it anywhere else, you place it on the conversion page. So whatever your conversion page is, that's where you set it up. Now, here's a word to the wise. You're going to have to make sure that your pixel fires properly all the time. And you're going to have to continually test it because sometimes the pixel doesn't fire off. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you have the Facebook's pixel set up properly on your conversion page. And you also need to make sure you back it up with another pixel. So whether you place your own pixel, depending if you're doing CPA marketing, whether you use a CPV Labs for your tracking, or whatever tracking solution that you're using, you need to make sure that you have a redundant feature built in so that you can verify, looking at your reports, that yes, this is firing every time, so everything matches. Okay, so your next question probably will be, what's the benefit for the cost per action bidding for results, because that's what it is, rather than a CPC or the CPM? So let me explain to you what the difference is. It's a completely different ballgame now for you, because now you are controlling your bidding and you're manually controlling your bidding. You're not letting Facebook optimize your campaigns anymore. Okay, that was last year that was last year. That was 2 years ago. That was wild. Everybody loved that. Now, if you've gotten used to it, you're realizing that you're at the mercy of the platform, and you're still at the mercy of Facebook trying to figure out and optimize for you. So at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You're still leaving your bidding in the hands of Facebook. No, with cost per action bidding, now you take 100% control of the bidding. You do it manually. So you say, listen, here's my CPA, hit it and I'll pay it. If you don't hit it, I don't have to pay it. So again, this forces Facebook to send you the most optimized traffic because they want to get that CPA. They want to get that result because they want to get that $10 or whatever your CPA bidding is. Whatever you say, whatever your cost per action is, they got to hit it. They want to hit it because they want their money. Okay? But this leaves you 100% in control per conversion, all right? So, with the CPA platform, Facebook literally, they're going to get to work. So basically what's going to happen now is they're going to optimize every single bit of traffic they can for your offer. But here's the caveat to this now. Facebook can send you the most optimized, high quality traffic, but if you don't optimize your funnel to get those conversions, then you are wasting Facebook's time. You are wasting your time. You're not going to get the conversions that you're looking for because you're not telling Facebook exactly, you're not being congruent. So when you're mapping out your campaign, you have to be congruent all the way through your campaigns. You have to understand what you're setting up. You have to understand what product or service you are promoting. You have to do your targeting like bang on for Facebook to be able to send you all this traffic, right? So and let's not go too far here, but ultimately the bottom line is your front end has to be set up, because when that traffic hits your front end, whatever your front end is, whether it be a lead magnet, whether it be a landing page, whether it be your e-commerce checkout page, whether it be a blog post that you're trying to capture opt-ins after you give them some juicy content, if that's not structured up properly and that's not optimized properly, and you need to optimize this before you even tell Facebook to send you this traffic. So you need to do small incremental tests to make sure your pages are optimized, then your whole funnel on the front end is going to be crap. So what happens now is if somebody gets into your funnel and they're going through the funnel, you're not having any conversions, then you're wasting your time. So this is why I say if you have multiple funnels, you're going to need to optimize each and every one of your funnels on the back end. So when you tell the network, here's what you're willing to pay for your CPA on the front end, that's the type of traffic they're going to send you. It's no longer up to Facebook to optimize your landing page. That's not what they do. It's no longer up to Facebook to optimize your lead magnet. That's not what they do. It's up to Facebook to optimize the traffic so that based on your targeting, based on your funnel, based on your front end, let them do all the hard work. You tell them specifically now, here's all I'm paying for this result. That's it, in a nutshell, right? So again, if your back end is crap across the whole entire funnel, then you're just basically telling Facebook to send you a whole bunch of optimized traffic on the front end based on your targeting, but nothing's happening, right? This is why you've got to get your targeting down. And again, like I say, you've got to make sure your funnel is where it's at, because this is where you make the bulk of your income. The lion's share of your income is going to be coming from your front end, but along with your funnel as well. Okay, so this all depends on the platform that you're using. We're sticking with Facebook here because I'm the Facebook guy and this is a Facebook course. You do the same thing with Google AdWords. In the Google AdWords, they have a specific feature in there that is manual cost per action bidding, the same way as you're setting up your placements and your targeting and your bidding, right? But we'll stick with Facebook. So let me explain to you how this CPA works before I show you the actual example, right? There's an example coming up, but I'm going to explain to you how this actually works. So let's say your CPA is $1.27, right? So I want my CPA to be $1.27 per ad group, right? Now, this puts the emphasis on Facebook to run and distribute my ads across all my targeting groups, across all my campaigns, and I'm forcing Facebook to optimize the traffic for $1.27 CPA. Okay? Now, the bottom line, like I say, and the death of all of this, and I cannot reiterate this enough, is if your funnel is not converting, what Facebook is going to do is they're going to eventually send you less traffic, because you're basically letting Facebook know that your funnel is garbage. So they're going to send you less traffic because they can't hit the objective that you just told them to hit. So it doesn't make any sense for them to go after this objective anymore. They're wasting their own valuable traffic trying to send you optimized traffic. So they're going to send it to somebody else, right? So here's what it looks like. In this first image, you can see how I optimize for link clicks. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm telling Facebook that you are willing to pay for the lowest click possible to your website. This is the most recommended type of bidding when you're using this particular feature. Okay? So you'll see what happens. You'll see what happens here is you're forcing Facebook to send you optimized traffic. So they are going to do their job. So it's up to you to make sure that your website landing page, your advertorial, your content-rich product landing page, whatever it is you want to call it, is going to convert that link click. Remember, in the solar panel niche case study, this is what I did. I optimized for that link click, right? That was my cost per action. Now, in this particular scenario here, you don't want to pay for impressions in this particular model because that just doesn't make any sense. You don't want to pay to get your link seen. You want to pay to get your link clicked. This is what's going to give you the highly targeted traffic, that once you get this, you can scale and you can optimize your funnel. So this is the reason why you don't want to do CPM in this particular model when you're doing cost per action bidding. You want to do link clicks, right? So you don't want Facebook to serve up your ad on an impression-based scenario, which they're going to do, but you don't want them to. You want to optimize for link clicks. So they're going to optimize the traffic for you. Okay? Now, in this next image, what I'm going to show you is Facebook. You have chosen to optimize for conversions now. So this is another CPA bidding strategy. You're optimizing for conversions. So which basically means now is Facebook is going to try to send your traffic that's going to convert on your website. Okay. So in this instance, you want to be charged for, again, the link click. Okay. So it's not up to Facebook. It's not their job to optimize your website, right? This is your job to optimize your website so that Facebook can only send you the optimized traffic based on the parameters that you've given it. Okay. Now, once again, in this particular model, you don't want to pay for impressions. This time around, you want to be able to control exactly what you're spending on, so you always want to pay for the conversion. So you're forcing Facebook to send you the most highly targeted traffic for your conversions. What this ultimately does is this lets you scale the traffic immensely, because once you understand your numbers on the front end, and you understand how to convert traffic on your website, then it's a matter of $1 in, $3 out or more. So in the second example, see what we're doing there. There's two different types of cost per action that we're doing. So watch what's going on. We're always going for optimization for link clicks. We need to make sure that our website is optimized. So Facebook's going to send the bulk of the traffic on the front end, optimized traffic so it converts. That's the name of the game. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you're building out your ad campaign. The only feature you need to worry about or focus on is the optimization and the pricing section. So as you can see here in the number one box with the red box around it, I have it set to link clicks, right? As you can see in the number two box with the red arrows, I have it set to manual because I want to be able to control my entire ad cost, and I want to be able to force Facebook to send me the optimized traffic. Now, keep in mind the rest of your targeting has to be tight. The rest of your ad campaign, your ad groups, the ad level have to be tight. This is why I say when you're using this bidding strategy, this is going to send you a boatload of highly optimized traffic that converts. If you look at the solar panel case study, that's what happened, right? So if you're looking at what I'm doing now, I'm going to be paying per link click, right? So Facebook can show my ad as many times as they want, which is great for the exposure, but I'm only going to be paying for the link click. I'm not going to be paying for CPM. Do you see the difference there? Versus when you're paying for CPM, you're paying for all these impressions and you don't know whether or not you're going to get a click. Well, with cost per action bidding, right? Facebook is still going to show your ad. It doesn't matter. They can show it 10 billion times. You're not paying for any impressions. You're only paying for the link click. That's cost per bidding action. That's what you want, right? Now, number three, if you look at the number three, the blue box, and inside the red box, you'll notice how I optimize my targeting, right? I don't go too broad. So as you can see here, Facebook says my audience is defined. So at 350,000 people, or 350,000 reach, this is what's going to allow you to get the maximum optimized traffic so that you can scale out each campaign. So what's going to happen is you're going to be maxing out all your parameters, but you're going to be at the same time being able to squeeze every penny out of your ad spend for maximum profitability. So if you set up your targeting as tightly as possible, you will be able to max out all of your campaigns. But when you're maxing out all your campaigns and you're getting maximum exposure, maximum reach, you're going to be getting that highly optimized targeted traffic looking at your ad, clicking on your link, going back to your website. That's what you want. That's what works. Okay? So to set all this up, you've really got to make sure that your network conversion pixel, the new pixel on Facebook, you got to make sure it's on your conversion page, the page that you're tracking to get your conversions. And you need to make sure it's firing all the time. You've got to make sure, because a lot of times the Facebook pixel doesn't fire or it misfires, and you want to be able to make sure you have a redundancy set up. You need to monitor this, because if your conversion pixel doesn't fire and it doesn't fire all the time, well, what's going on with your ad spend, right? So another thing you need to watch out for, and this is what a lot of people don't talk about. So you know how some people talk about weekly and monthly traffic and doing weekly and monthly traffic spend and optimizing everything? Well, with this method now, rather than trying to scale for weekly or monthly traffic, you can now use this method to scale your traffic out as far as possible by maximizing your hourly and daily traffic. So what does that mean? Well, that basically means now that you're scaling, you're optimizing, you're scaling, you're optimizing, and pockets every day. Listen, at the end of the day, most people are extremely lazy about this. Most affiliates are extremely lazy. they leave their campaigns alone and they let them run on autopilot, right? One of the big keys is what they don't realize is there are pockets of traffic that are highly profitable that come in during certain times of the day, and they're very profitable, and this gives you the incentive to maximize your profits. This is why you want to do cost per action bidding, because in certain pockets of the day or on weekends, depending on when you're advertising, there's going to be a flood of traffic that's coming in that's ready to buy, that's ready to take some type of aggressive action, the action that you want them to take. So you need to be able to look at where those pockets are based on looking at your reports to figure out what you want to do and when you want to really scale and optimize your campaigns. So you always got to be continually optimizing your campaigns. Never just leave a campaign alone, sit it, walk away, and leave it on autopilot. I can guarantee you, trust me when I say this, if you are constantly optimizing and refining your campaigns, and you're looking at your reports, you are going to find when you have missed gaps, missed opportunities in profitability. And over time, over let's say even the course of a month, that could add up. If you're doing scaling and you're optimizing and you're doing high five figures or six figures, that could cost you thousands of dollars in lost income, right? So this is why if you don't do this, you need to get a team put into place so that they can monitor. You always have somebody monitoring your accounts so that when you see these pockets, you can take advantage of these pockets by optimizing your landing pages, optimizing your lead magnet. This may sound like a lot of work, but really it's not, because when you look at your reports, you are going to know when you're looking at your reports, you're going to know when these conversions are happening. So if you all of a sudden you see a bunch of conversions are coming in from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock, what do you think you're going to do between 12 and 4 o'clock? You're going to optimize between 12 and 4 o'clock. You're going to lay back on the ad budget. You're going to lay back on the ad spend between the other hours, right? You want to hit the most profitable pockets of traffic possible. Okay. So again, most affiliates don't even realize how profitable certain times of the day are when it comes to these traffic sources. Listen, there are a whole bunch of traffic sources out there, and each and every single traffic source has a pocket of time where it's highly profitable, has a pocket of time when a lot of the traffic is looking to buy, whether it be behavioral traffic, whether it be impulse traffic, they're looking to do something. They're looking to take action, right? So if they would just look, and you would just look at your analytics and you look at the data, you are going to find that their conversions are happening. The bulk of their conversions are happening during these particular pockets of time. So that's when you should understand and how to optimize for that particular burst of traffic. Now, I know I said a lot there, but I need you to understand something. At the end of the day, you need to look at your analytics, you need to look at your reports, you need to drill down into your reports, and you'll be able to see with your tracking solution and with the Facebook reports, you'll be able to see, oh my God, like I say, between the hours of 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, when Facebook has been sending all the optimized traffic, here's what's happening with the conversions, here's what's going on, here's the spike. So then you say to yourself, I need to be able to monopolize those particular spikes to squeeze every penny out of my ad spend and to get profitability, right? So again, like I say, you need to be looking at your data. You need to be looking at your tracking solution at where the conversions are coming from and look at the times, because you're going to start to see a pattern. Okay, it's very simple. When you start to see that pattern as you're making a whole bunch of conversions, you're going to absolutely know, hey, this is the time when I should actually optimize my campaign around this time. Like I've said before, I jumped a little bit ahead in the slides, but that's because I know what I'm talking about, right? So you need to listen up here. So this is when you literally have to start thinking about day parting and hour parting. Yes, I said it. A lot of people, this is so big. There's tons of affiliates don't talk about it. They don't do it. They simply don't care about it. But it matters when it comes to optimizing and scaling, right? So you need to be able to look and do those different types of partying because it's super important. Now, here's the big caveat. All of this doesn't matter if you can't ramp your campaign up, right? If your funnel sucks on the front end, you're basically forcing Facebook to send you, over time, they're just going to stop sending you highly optimized traffic. They're just going to send you unqualified traffic because they're having a hard time hitting the CPA. Because your funnel is terrible. So Facebook is not going to send you their best premium top tier quality traffic if your front end funnel sucks. They're going to save that traffic inventory and divert it somewhere else to somebody else who understands CPA bidding, right? And understands how to set up their funnels. So if you're wondering where this feature is, because it's kind of hidden, it's in the Power Editor, right? So I've talked about this before. You always need to be using the Power Editor. I don't use Facebook when I'm logging into I use Power Editor. Power Editor rocks. Get used to it, understand it, learn it, maximize it. That's where you need to find this feature because that's where you're going to find it. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this module. It was pretty meaty. You're going to have to probably watch it 2 or 3 times, but at the end of the day, here is the bottom line. You need to make sure that your front end funnel is highly optimized. You need to make sure your campaigns are tight. Your ad sets are tight. You need to make sure your targeting is tight. If you want to use cost per action bidding, you want to use optimized link clicks. You want to make sure that traffic lands on your website or your lander or your advertorial. You need to make sure everything is tight. Once you have done that, step 2 is to monitor your reports. Analyze your reports. Look at the data in your tracking solution. Look at the data in the Facebook reports, because what's going to happen is you're going to see pockets. You're going to see pockets where you have a ton of conversions. And when you see those pockets, there's going to be a pattern. When you see that pattern, then you're going to say to yourself, I need to optimize for that particular pattern. And it's going to happen. There's going to be a streak. When you see that, then you have to look at, okay, here's when these patterns are occurring. I need to go out and I need to do day parting and drilling down to hour parting. This is really powerful stuff, people. Trust me. If you go to this granular level, this micro level, and you look at this, I can guarantee you, like I've said, if you're doing high 5 figures a month or low 6 figures a month in affiliate commissions, in revenue, when you go down to this level, I can guarantee you, when you start to look at everything, you're going to see that you've literally put thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars you've left behind because you didn't optimize. And I'm going to leave it at that. I need to drill that into your head. So get down to that level. I'll see you in the next module. Take care.